Automatism in writing, Surrealist techniques demystified. One of the key techniques employed by Surrealists was automatism in writing, a method that aimed to bypass conscious control and tap into the depths of the unconscious. Through this process, Surrealist writers aimed to produce texts that revealed hidden thoughts, desires, and connections. In this article, we will delve into the world of automatism in writing, exploring its origins, techniques, and impact on literature and creative expression. Unveiling the origins, Surrealism and Automatism. Automatism, a concept that finds its roots in psychology and psychoanalysis, became a cornerstone of Surrealism. It was rooted in the belief that the unconscious mind held a wealth of untapped creativity that could be accessed by circumventing conscious thought. In the context of writing, automatism involved setting aside rationality and preconceived notions, allowing words to flow directly from the subconscious. This technique aimed to capture the raw, unfiltered thoughts of the writer, unearthing hidden truths and connections that might otherwise remain buried. Techniques of automatism in writing. Surrealist writers employed various techniques to harness the power of automatism in their creative process. Here are some of the most prominent ones. 1. Free writing. This involves writing without any premeditation or censorship, allowing words to spill onto the page without concern for grammar, coherence, or structure. The goal is to let the subconscious dictate the course of the writing. 2. Exquisite corpse. A collaborative technique where multiple writers contribute to a text, each person adding a sentence without knowledge of the previous sentences. The resulting text is often disjointed and surprising, revealing unexpected connections. 3. Word association. Writers jot down words or phrases as they come to mind, creating a chain of associations that can lead to unexpected and revealing insights. 4. Stream of consciousness. This technique involves allowing thoughts to flow freely and continuously onto the page, capturing the inner monologue of the writer without filtering or editing. 5. Dream journals. Surrealists often drew inspiration from their dreams, recording them in journals upon waking. These dream narratives were later mined for symbolic and imaginative content. The impact on literature and creative expression. Automatism in writing had a profound impact on literature and creative expression, reshaping the way artists approached their craft. By embracing the spontaneous, the nonsensical, and the abstract, Surrealist writers pushed the boundaries of language and meaning. They challenged traditional notions of narrative structure and coherence, opting instead for the chaotic beauty of the subconscious. One of the most famous examples of automatism in writing is the work of French poet and writer André Breton. In his Manifesto of Surrealism, Breton championed the use of automatic writing as a means to tap into the profound mysteries of the mind. He believed that this technique could reveal the true nature of human consciousness, unearthing the hidden desires and fears that lie beneath the surface. Salvador Dali, another prominent Surrealist artist, applied the principles of automatism not only to writing but also to visual art. His paranoid critical method involved tapping into the irrational and illogical aspects of the mind to create startling and dreamlike imagery. This approach is evident in works like The Persistence of Memory, where melting clocks and distorted landscapes challenge conventional reality. The influence of automatism in writing extended beyond the Surrealist movement itself. Writers like Jack Kerouac and the Beat generation drew inspiration from the spontaneity and rebellious spirit of Surrealism. Demystifying the process. While the concept of automatism in writing might appear mysterious or esoteric, it's important to note that the technique is accessible to anyone willing to experiment with their creative process. Here are some steps to demystify the process of incorporating automatism into your writing. 1. Set aside judgment. The key to successful automatism is to suspend judgment. Allow yourself to write without critiquing or editing as you go along. 2. Create a safe space. Find a comfortable and distraction-free environment where you can let your thoughts flow freely. This can help you relax and access your subconscious more easily. 3. Use prompts. If you are unsure where to start, use prompts like words, images, or emotions to kickstart your automatic writing session. 4. Embrace imperfection. Remember that the goal of automatism is not to produce a polished piece of writing, but to uncover raw thoughts and emotions. Embrace the imperfections and unpredictability of the process. 5. Practice regularly. Automatism is a skill that can be developed over time. Set aside regular sessions for automatic writing to become more attuned to your subconscious mind. In conclusion, automatism in writing remains a powerful and relevant technique for artists seeking to break free from creative constraints and dive into the depths of the unconscious mind. Surrealists paved the way for a new understanding of the creative process, one that values intuition, spontaneity, and the exploration of hidden truths. Exploring modern applications. While automatism in writing has its roots in the Surrealist movement of the early 20th century, its influence and applications have evolved over time. In the modern era, this technique has found its place not only in literature, but also in various creative disciplines, including visual arts, music, and even digital media. In visual arts, artists continue to draw inspiration from automatism by allowing their subconscious to guide their brushstrokes, creating abstract and emotionally charged works. Jackson Pollock, a prominent figure in the abstract expressionist movement, embraced a form of automatism in his strip paintings. He would allow paint to drip, splatter, and flow onto the canvas, letting his unconscious impulses dictate the composition. In music, the concept of automatism has influenced experimental and avant-garde composers. Musicians often use improvisational techniques that mirror the spontaneous nature of automatism in writing. John Cage, for instance, explored chance operations and randomness in his compositions, allowing for unexpected sounds and arrangements to emerge. Moreover, the digital age has brought new dimensions to automatism. Online platforms and social media have provided spaces for artists and writers to engage in collaborative automatic writing projects, echoing the Surrealist's exquisite corpse technique. This digital iteration of automatism highlights the global connectivity and shared creativity of the modern world. Navigating the ethical landscape. As with any artistic technique, automatism raises ethical questions and considerations. The act of tapping into the unconscious mind can unearth deeply personal and sometimes unsettling thoughts and experiences. Writers must approach automatism with sensitivity, recognizing that they might encounter material that could be traumatic or emotionally charged. It's essential to prioritize mental and emotional well-being when engaging in such explorations. Additionally, the spontaneity of automatism doesn't absolve writers from their responsibility to address issues of cultural sensitivity, representation, and social impact. While the subconscious mind is a wellspring of creativity, it can also be influenced by societal biases and prejudices. Writers should be mindful of the content that emerges through automatism and critically assess its implications. Embracing the unpredictable.